Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews. And today I've got another episode of, I'm going to call this one, I guess I'll call this one The Search for Snacks. Could really call it breakfast, but it's not really breakfast because I'm not having it at breakfast time. And I thought I would try this. I came across this in one of the grocery stores, and I don't usually go there too often. I tend to go to the one that I've talked about a lot, is Lucky's California, and they have a lot of unique things. But I ran across this one, and it's a grocery store here. It's called Safeway. I don't know if other people in other states have those. Probably not. I think it's mostly kind of West Coast thing. But anyway, I found this when I was going down the frozen food aisle, and they had a lot of really actually kind of cool things in there. I'll have to go back again and try some of the other things that I saw. They had a lot of them that were really interesting in the frozen food aisles. And they started coming out with like the restaurant chains foods. I think it was like P.F. Chang's, and then they had Benihana's, and they were like all these frozen meals. And mixed into this one, I came across this one, and I've never seen this before. I don't know much about this brand. Maybe it's fairly new. Not really sure. They had a couple different flavors, and this one I thought sounded pretty cool. So what this is this by the company Ling Ling. Don't really know too much about them, but this is called Spicy Miso Chicken Tokyo Style Ramen. And this is actually frozen. It's not in the, dehydrated bowls where you have to add the water to it, but that's actually what it does say. It says to peel off the plastic, add the water to the fill line, and microwave it for 4 minutes, and you cook it. And then, since bowl and product will be hot after cooking, remove carefully, stir and mix to and enjoy. This one, all right. These guys did a good job, because this caution: bowl and contents will be hot after cooking. Please take care when handling. Do not reuse the bowl for microwave use only. And it's supposed to cook it for 4 minutes. It says it's based on 1200 watts, so I'll have to go like 4.5, because mine's not quite that high. And this says Ling Ling Spicy Miso Chicken Tokyo Style Ramen. Ramen is one of the most iconic Japanese soul foods, a craveable noodle soup. Tokyo-style ramen is prized for its irresistibly combination of delicious noodles, savory broth, and succulent toppings, which Ling Ling chefs have faithfully recreated for the enjoyment of eaters around the world. Ling Ling's Spicy Miso Chicken Ramen combines tender white meat chicken, perfectly textured noodles, green onions, roasted corn, carrots, sesame seeds, and red peppers in an authentic, worthy of the best ramen houses in Tokyo. And so that's all what it is about. And you can see the calorie contents and everything here. And again, this is going to be ramen, and it's going to be, sodium. And the calories on this is 380, and the sodium's a bit high. It's 1490, so it's 62. But again, ramen's usually high in sodium because of the broth. And according to this, it's going to have all the fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and have a little zip tie here. Maybe they don't. Doesn't look like it. I'll just open up one end of it, and I'll just kind of show you what it looks like inside. And then I'll put it in the microwave. I'll come back. So here you go. Here's the bowl. Not real terribly big, but then again, this is not a ramen house. So here it is, and it looks like it's got the noodles and all the vegetables and a couple of pieces of the meat. So I'm gonna go ahead and microwave this, and I'll be right back in 4 minutes and a little bit more. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back. And I've cooked it in the microwave for about 4 minutes. And here's what you get. And this is going to be kind of tricky to show on the camera. So let's see if I can. Okay. So give it a close up, and I don't want to spill a bowl, but here's the noodles and the broth, and it's got the little pieces of chicken on the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and actually have some chopsticks. I've been trying to practice with them. And here you go. They have the pieces of chicken on top. They've also got the noodles with all the vegetables mixed in, and it's very rich looking broth. As you can see, it's kind of a orange colored broth. And I do have a soup spoon to go with these, and we'll see how spicy it is and let you know. And in case I'm feeling a little crazy, got me some hot sauce to go on top. But I'm gonna first try this. This has been sitting for a little while, and I went through and followed the instructions on the box that said to let it sit for a little while because it was hot after coming in there. And it looks like the noodles have softened up and got kind of mixed in with the broth, and everything's been sitting real well. And here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and give some of the noodles a try, see what they taste like for you guys, and let you know. And by the way, when I bought this at the supermarket, I believe it was like $4 or $4.50 or something. It was a little pricey, and maybe you can catch them on sale. I'm not really sure, but that was what they were. And it seems like the frozen food is actually getting a little bit pricey, especially these ready-cooked meals like the bowls or the TV dinners that are supposed to be, you know, gluten-free and all that other stuff. And some of these other new designer ones I've seen, like the Devour and some of those other ones, they get a little bit pricey. They get up, you know, $5, $6, $7 for some of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. And it's definitely a little more expensive than the regular cup of noodles, or, you know, the noodles in the bowl, or whatever you want to call them, pot noodles, cup of soup, stuff like that. But here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little bit of this. I'm gonna try this noodles first, if I can get them on the chopsticks. I'm still not real good with them, but here we go. I got a little bit of the chicken and some of the noodles, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them a try. So here we go. Chicken's good. The noodles are good. They're a little different texture, different kind of flavor. This is Tokyo style ramen, so I'm not sure if the noodles are a little bit different. They do taste a lot fresher than like the cup of noodles or some of those noodles in the box, but these aren't bad. I'm gonna go ahead and give it another try. Okay, still not a whole lot of flavor, so I'm gonna try a little bit of the broth to see if it's really spicy or if it's not spicy at all. Couldn't really taste it on the noodles because you don't get much on it, so here we go. Really not getting a lot of spice to it. It's got a tiny bit of spice to me. It just a small little burn. I'm not really tasting like, you know, spicy, super spicy. So to me, that's not really spicy. I don't know, maybe they don't have a lot of spice in it for, you know, most people, but this isn't a bad, it isn't very, it's not real flavorful. I'm not getting a whole lot of flavor out of the broth. It's not a bad thing. It's just not a really good flavor, like where it's got lots of meatiness and lots of spices, or the broth is real tasty. It's pretty good. The noodles are a little bit different. They're a lot better than the regular cup of noodles. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rate this just for the bowl, if I can get that off. So just for this bowl, for the Tokyo style spicy miso chicken. And when they say spicy, they should really kick it up, and it should be a little bit spicy, but this is kind of just, I would consider that mild. So for the spicy miso chicken Tokyo style ramen, boy, I say that 3 times fast. I'll give that a 6 out of 11. A little bit better than just a cup of noodles. It's a little pricey, so I don't know that I would get it that often. But if you wanted to try something a little different, go ahead and try it. They also had other styles. I think they had miso chicken, and I think they had other kind of udon noodles, and I think there was a few other flavors, and I didn't try those. Like I said, they were like $4 a piece, so I decided I'd try one and see if it was worth getting, and then maybe I'll try the other flavors. But that's my rating on it for just the soup. But as you know, I'm a little bit adventurous, so I'm gonna put my super freaky hot sauce on it and see if that wakes the flavor up a little bit, or, you know, if you can't, sometimes you can't improve it. Just makes it a little hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to it. And this is very thick sauce, so you gotta go slow and don't want to go overboard on it, because it does pack, this one packs a lot of punch to it. It is super freaky. On a hot scale, I would rate this one out of my 1 to 11 scale on heat. I would rate this about a 9 out of 11. Not like blow your head off hot, but it is very spicy. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in a little bit. And I've learned on these ones to make sure I mix it, because I've hit pockets of them where I put the hot sauce and it really burns. I don't think I'd try that one straight out of the bottle on like a cracker or a pretzel or something like that. And I remember one time I went to, it was a hot sauce shop. It was, I think it was in Gilroy or somewhere, or Pier 39, maybe it was Pier 39 or something on San Francisco. They had a hot sauce shop in there. You go in the hot sauce and they have like all the hot sauces out. And they had one you could sample, and they just had little pretzels, and then you could put like the hot sauce on the pretzels and eat the pretzels. Only trouble was they had this super hot sauce, and you know, they let you try a little sample, but there was like no water or no anything around there. And if you took a big dose of the hot sauce, kind of blew your head off, and you know, you're walking around and screaming, running out of the shop trying to find something to quench the fire in your mouth. I thought that was kind of funny. So I always tried to wait till I get home to try it. So, okay, so this is also nice and mixed up, and I'm gonna go ahead and, I could get a good sample of it. So I got some noodles and I got the little sauce here, so here we go. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That wakes the flavor up. That makes it a lot spicier. I can taste that pepper in there. It is a little super spicy. as my mom would say, I doctored it up. And I think this is pretty good. So with that little bit of doctoring, I think it kind of kicked it up to, I'd say this would be an 8 out of 11. With a little addition of the extra sauce. It's not wonderful. It's not as good as like if you would go to a regular ramen shop and you'd have them cook it fresh with all the egg and the meat and the noodles and everything else in it. I don't think it's that caliber, but it's certainly good for cooking at home. So if you can find these in your store, go ahead and give one a try. And they also had maybe other things out there, other dishes, other bowls, other, frozen dinners out there that they seem to be branching out a lot, in different companies and different restaurant chains seem to have their own frozen dinners now. So if you can find one, go ahead and give it a try. So if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. And so we here at Drew's Food Reviews appreciate you watching the video and flying along with us today. So as always, you have a choice when you have watched YouTube videos, and I appreciate you stopping by and watching my video. So don't forget to check the cabin for the articles that you may have lost during the flight, and don't forget to ring the little subscription bell down here. And I appreciate you flying with Drew's Food Reviews, and I hope to see you back real soon. Till next time, I'll talk to you later. Cut. Take 2. You've always got a choice when you watch any YouTube's videos, and I appreciate you for stopping by and checking my video out. So, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a try. Oh, no. If you like next time. And remember, till next time on Drew's Food Reviews, when I'll talk to you later. I can't do that one now.